Voltron Network.
And we are up.
Whoa!
What's good, guys? Welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm Eddie Antonio.
And I am Mo.
What's happening, Mo?
I've got the
Well,
wrong document open.
Well, let's just tell people what we're going to be doing this week.
Yep.
Obviously, we're going to be doing trailers. We're going to be talking about Joss Whedon and his new HBO show. We're going to be talking about Godzilla versus King Kong and all the mess on that. And does it hold up? Long kiss, goodnight.
Yay, with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson.
And a few other little things, but not that much this week. It's been pretty quiet. But,
it has been a bit of a quiet week. Right, so I'll race through a few of these. Obviously, X-Files and Community I'm kind of still doing, but I checked out this week the new Saved by the Bell.
Oh, it started?
It has, they've dropped all the episodes.
Oh, did you get to check out the lifestyle one?
The what? Oh, no. I have not, but I have. Let me just say I will be watching it. I have, let's just say I found where it is, a place to watch it kind of thing, right? But I'm really interested in that. I did actually go and read up a little bit about that. Apparently, that Lifetime one is based on Dustin Diamond's, who played Screech's, memoirs, but apparently his memoirs aren't quite accurate according to like historians or like whatever. But
saying that he was ostracized by the whole group, I think that's not a little thing to lie about, to be honest.
I don't know. He could make that up potentially, but he is the weird, funny-looking one, so it is kind of possible that all like the pretty ones decide to pick on him because of that. So I guess that's possible. But the new Saved by the Bell, so it seems very divided. Some people seem to really enjoy this. I myself think it's, if you're a preteen or an early teen, you will probably enjoy this. It really is not aimed at like us, which makes it even more bizarre because like kids that age aren't really going to watch Saved by the Bell because of the nostalgia.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
They've also really tried to modernize it. There is a whole element of, I hate the word, but I'm going to use it now, like wokeism in here. There's also like, you know, like how in the 90s, like racism was like a big thing in like these sitcom type things.
That one episode where she pretended to give a damn.
Yeah. Or they would have like the token white guy come into like the black sitcom, or the token black person come into the white sitcom. In this, the idea is that Zach Morris, who was the lead in the original, basically somehow became a congressman, right? He basically got a parking ticket, decided he didn't want to pay it, so he ran for Congress and won, right? But he obviously is like doesn't really know what he's doing and can't balance the books.
That sums up the Zach character, that everything just was given to him in his lap because he's a pretty boy.
Exactly. But to cut a long story short, so essentially means they've got to cut a whole bunch of schools in California because there's not enough money in the budget to pay for everything, because Zach's basically essentially screwed everything up. So they send like these kids from this poor school to like Bayside. And the very first thing that becomes apparent is like all the rich kids are white, all the poor kids are black. It's not even like there's a mix. It literally is poor, you're black, rich, you're white.
And who produced this?
Sorry?
Who produced this? What channel? What studio?
Oh, this is NBC, Peacock.
Wow.
Yeah, it's and they've got like they've got like some of the originals. I mean, they all appear, all the originals, apart from Lisa and Dustin Diamond, Screech.
Lisa,
Mario,
Lisa,
she was a token black chick.
Yeah, that makes sense because she's a mess now. She's a
is she?
fucking mess. Yeah.
Oh, really? She was hot back in the day.
She was, but she's going a bit loopy-loop now. So
right.
Don't surprise me she ain't back.
I'm gonna say out of the four originals, out of the four originals,
make a pool though. Why should that be a stigma?
Well, they don't. They've also got a new principal, so they haven't brought Mr. Belding back either.
Didn't he die?
Oh, did he die? Oh, that would explain that one.
I could be wrong. Right. Maybe he's not. He did pop up in an episode of Always Sunny at one point. You remember? He was the one where He was the one where Mac found out he wanted to be abused. He was like, "Why did Charlie get abused and I didn't?"
Was that the priest?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
He wasn't a priest. He was
it was a PE teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I must have either missed it or completely forgotten it. One or the other. But it's the I don't know if you read about like the new cast. So one of them is a transsexual girl. But it's one of those things, if someone hadn't told you she was a transsexual, I'm telling you, you would not have known. And B, they don't make a thing about it. There's like one throwaway line, and it's kind of like not even mentioned. It's not about like her struggles to fit in or anything. She is like the most popular girl at Bayside, and she just like gets on with her stuff.
Okay. No, he's still alive.
No, he's still alive.
Dennis Haskins. Still not
but I guess the original show was kind of like
is it good?
I've watched like 3 episodes, and it's kind of like I wouldn't recommend this to anyone.
No one.
But I'm kind of just watching it because of curiosity.
Wow. To say you wouldn't recommend it to anyone, young or old.
No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. To pre-teens and young teens, it might appeal. It's got those sort of like PSA type messages to like that you want to see when you're growing up.
Since when did you want to see PSA friggin' preaching?
No, but I'm kind of but a lot of the stuff that you kind of learn at an early age comes from TV.
Oh, the sort of things that we used to get from the end of a G.I. Joe episode.
But like the message in an episode, right? They're like a message in the Star Trek episode or a sitcom, like "Don't be a racist, don't be an asshole."
Oh, you remember when cartoons used to have that right at the very end?
I remember that.
Hey kids, what did you learn this week? Don't burn up your home. Set fire to your pets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing. But they do that over the course of an episode with a moral or whatever. But they've even butchered like the theme tune.
They always do.
They really butchered it. The one last thing to call out is one of the things that they do call out from the original. In the original, the kids always used to go to like that restaurant after school and like just spend loads of money at the restaurant, the Max, where the guy was the waiter was a magician or whatever. So the black kids who are obviously disadvantaged go with them one day and go, how the hell do these kids afford to like eat at this place every day?
Has it got a laughter track?
No laughter track.
Oh, that sounds flat as hell, man.
Yeah. Oh. The one thing I will say, Mario Lopez, he looking fine as hell compared to the original cast. Elizabeth Berkley looks like she's had a lot of plastic surgery. So does like the guy who plays Zach.
Oh.
Lopez though just looks like great shape.
He just bathes in like moisturizer all night.
Doesn't look like he's got old. Like his body just looks in shape. He literally looks as though he might be in his like sort of like early to mid 30s. I'm sure he's probably older than that.
Berkeley surprised me because she was always gorgeous, man. I don't think she needed that.
No, well, I mean, I say it looks like that. I don't know if it is that, but like how there's that look a person has.
You never know nowadays. What about the other chick?
So Kelly has like a brief cameo right at the beginning. She's like Zach's wife.
Oh.
And she's doing like a political video for him.
Just a cameo.
I'm trying to say, huh?
Just a cameo.
Just a cameo. Well, she might come in it again later. I have no idea.
Yeah. So this is no Cobra Kai then when it comes to...
It's no Cobra Kai. Not at all. Not at all. It's just aimed at a completely different... Like Cobra Kai did it right? Cobra Kai aimed it at the audience that watched the film.
Yes. And made it good enough that everyone loved it regardless.
Exactly. And I guess it's really hard to probably aim a high school comedy at like our age.
You just have the characters, just take them out of high school.
But these are, remember, this is the next generation now. So you might have Lopez and you might have Berkeley. They're like teachers at the school now.
But then you base it in the teachers' lounge then. There have been comedies that, like, what was it? The one from the Always Sunny, his spin-off one. What's it called? AP Bio.
AP Bio.
They should have done it like that, where it was just focused on the teachers.
Yeah, but I guess Saved by the Bell is about the students.
Yeah,
and that show had a hell of a lot of spin-offs, if I remember. They had like the new class. They had like the one where they went off to college, and a couple of other spin-offs as well.
That nobody wanted.
No, Peter Engel was minting it back then, man. He had those. Remember California Dreaming, Hang Time? Oof. He had a whole bunch of shows.
Churning out the bullshit.
Yeah. One last thing I will probably point to that I watched. Remember last week, I think after we went off air, I was talking about some of the old wrestling events.
Oh, yeah.
So I popped on like WrestleMania last week, the first one. And my God, it was so unrefined compared to like even like 4 WrestleManias after that, like how they started lighting it and started doing it.
Really dark.
Jesus, they had I can't remember what his name was, but they referred to him as his lordship. Lord Alfred, was it?
Oh yeah, the English guy. Yeah.
God, man, that guy had no personality whatsoever. Like it was so monotone when he spoke.
They didn't know what they were doing. It was right at the very beginning. They just
it's kind of like
because even Vince wasn't that good when you listened to him.
Yeah, it was. It's like this was like the biggest wrestling event ever. This is like the thing that brought them onto like
started the will, not started wrestling, but started it becoming this cultural phenomenon. Muhammad Ali was it? No, was this the one Muhammad Ali popped up at?
I haven't got to the main event yet. Okay. I can't remember which one he did. It might be this one actually.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I am struggling. Mr. T was in the main event. I haven't seen it yet. But I am struggling to get through some of the matches here because I think the thing with wrestling, especially if you watch old stuff, is unless they are people in there that you are personally connected to, it's boring.
Yeah. Especially the old ones,
Yeah.
It's weird you say that. It's weird you say that because my friend literally just signed back up to the WWE network, so I'm just gonna. I've got his code, so I'm just gonna go through it that way.
Yeah, maybe skip WrestleMania 1.
No surprise. Not a damn thing, except for what we need to. The important stuff, so don't worry.
Not even Queen's Gambit.
I'm giving up. It's just the world just doesn't want me to do it. It's keeping us apart, me and what's her face? Crazy Eyes, as I call her. The universe just doesn't want us to meet one day. But I actually got to really start powering through some of the films. And
yes, I was thinking that as well.
Because end of the year, we got another month maybe.
Yeah, I've got such gems like Sonic to watch, and we did the Pikachu. Year? Yeah, I think that was this year. That was early this year. I think was Pikachu this year or last year?
I had to be. I have to check on that. But I swear that was 19. But Sonic's not bad. It's a surprise.
Yeah, like I said, I actually won a copy of Sonic from one of my forums, so I should really watch it.
Wow. What are you waiting for?
So they have lots of competitions, and one day I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to enter them all. Like normally what they make you do is they say, what did so-and-so, which one of our reviewers, what did he say about this? So it basically makes you go and read the review for the information. Then you come back and you can answer the question.
Okay.
They actually did a really good one, actually. One of them, so I didn't bother with this, you have to listen to the podcast to say, what did we think about such and such?
Yes, Russian roulette. How many options? Can't be that many.
Oh yeah, no, but they were like, I think 20 odd competitions, so I entered them all.
That's nice. On the game, bad.
And you kind of won one. I was like, wow.
So let's get into it, man. One of our main reviews, The Mandalorian.
Mando!
Was this one chapter 13?
This was chapter 6, I want to say.
Oh,
the Jedi. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on. Oh, yes, because they do...
they continue it from the first season.
Yeah, it was, chapter 13, The Jedi.
Yeah.
So remember what I was saying last week? Do you remember what I said last week?
What was that?
I said, like, the Star Wars stuff just isn't interesting unless it revolves around, like, lightsabers and the Jedi.
Only if you're a casual. I don't feel that way.
No, but, like, how good was this episode?
It wasn't my favorite.
It wasn't your favorite, but it was a
good episode. It was full.
How can it not be your favorite? What was better than this?
I felt the one with Kate Sackhoff was still. It felt like it was more important what was happening there. Like they're the bigger thing with the Mandalorians. The lore of the Mandalorians was more in that. This Ahsoka, big deal. Seeing Rosario Dawson,
yeah,
seeing her. in the guys, which is a bit of a controversy. A lot of people bitching online.
Why?
Various reasons, but we'll get to that.
I thought she looked fantastic in that makeup, and cool. I mean that headpiece. I was looking at it, and I can't decide foamy. Whether it's very foamy because you can see like the creases in the foam, but I couldn't decide whether is it supposed to be like that person's head, or is it actually like a headpiece?
Nah, it's their head
because you can see it built into like the band that's around the front.
Yeah, it's their head. And well, one of the things, we might get to it, one of the things that people are bitching is that it gets longer as they get older. Right. So Ahsoka, the last time she was seen in the Rebels, I believe, it's pretty long. It's down to her waist. But for practical reasons, because she can't really jump around and do the lightsaber stunts and stuff, they cut it short. But everyone's bitching like, she looks like she's a teenager again. What is this crap? Why couldn't they just done it by CG?
How do they know you can't cut those? And they just grow over time like hair?
It's not a hair. It's like a limb. It would just bleed out. It's just like, mad.
It's aliens. We don't know.
I guess it's true. Burn it off. But it was cool seeing Ahsoka.
It was very cool seeing Ahsoka, and it was also very cool not holding it back to like the end of the episode, like literally as it opens, like you just see the mist, and you just see the lightsabers, and you just see shit happen.
For someone who hasn't watched Clone Wars, so you don't really have an attachment or any familiarity with Ahsoka, rather than a few promotional stuff that you've probably seen.
Yeah.
Did you really give a shit beyond the fact that she was a Jedi?
I didn't care before I watched the episode. But after watching the episode, I'm kind of like, why are they doing an Obi-Wan spin-off? Why are they doing a character who died in Rogue One spin-off? I want an Ahsoka spin-off, because that works. Is it actually in the works?
Yeah, you don't cast Rosario Dawson just to have her in one episode.
Yeah, but they haven't actually announced that, right? If they are doing that, that is cool, because I thought she was incredibly good in this. The makeup and stuff just looked really cool on her.
I didn't get any urgency though. Like, I didn't get a sense that
but that's Mandalorian overall. There's no urgency in the show.
No, but like again, we mentioned Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan. There was urgency in that character. She had a goal. Rightful heir. She wants to get the Darksaber back.
Yeah, but she's a Jedi. Whereas if Katie Sackhoff's character had like the Force ability, she'd turn into like a dark Jedi, right? Whereas Ahsoka is calm, cool, collective.
That ain't Ahsoka though. Well, it kind of grew to be a little bit, but she was always irrational. She was always a lot more emotional.
Yeah, but you get older, you get wiser.
But they're setting up that she is eventually going to have her own show, which is being the talk. So it's like, give her urgency.
Right? Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I thought all the stuff with her was just perfect. Like that whole walking behind the mid gate and just them lining up, like that looked like some sort of like Tarantino shot there where they're both standing on that bridge and kind of like about to get into it.
Yeah, like Kill Bill, innit?
Yeah. It really did remind me of like something from Kill Bill. And just even when you can't see them fighting, but you can just hear like the saber hitting the thing. Yeah, and you can hear like the screams and stuff. So well done.
What's that metal called again?
I can't. I'm not even going to pretend that I know the answer to that. Something with a B, right?
Beskar. Considering they've established that this is like the most precious thing out there in this universe, that people are willing to kill children over it.
Yeah.
Does that make it seem like the Mandalorian is dumb for dressing head to toe in Beskar when he's trying to stay hidden? It's basically like a rapper just dripping with diamonds and gold, just walking around. It's like,
but I guess if you want to be impervious to laser blasts and I guess lightsabers, you've got to dress in bling.
He doesn't blend in. He's trying to hide, and everyone's after him.
Well, hold on. If you want to hide, you don't wear a costume like everywhere you go.
In that universe, you do. Everyone's
in that universe, you basically just take it off and blend in with all the other people.
Just make it dirty. That's the problem. He's too clean.
What about all the stuff with Grogu? Was it Grogu?
Grogu. He has a name.
He has a name. It's
a horrible name. It's a fucking ridiculous name. I'm sticking with Baby Yoda. I don't give a fuck. Grogu is horrible.
This is the one thing I don't like about. Well, there's lots of things I don't like about Mandalorian, but it's kind of like he finally got to get the Jedi, and the Jedi are like, yeah, no, I don't want nothing to do with that, but I'll send you on another mission where you might find a Jedi who'll take him on.
Yeah, to the temple. There's only 2 episodes left, so.
One episode basically to get to there. Yeah. Right?
Little adventure on the way. And then you get there.
Yeah, they do seem to be recycling a lot of things, right? So in this episode and the one with Katie Sackhoff, was it the Kate, or was it the last week's episode? Essentially, it was like, you come with me and do something for me, and then you'll get what you want. And then this was also another people in a town overrun by the Empire. I'll help you out and take them out.
Isn't that the Star Trek mode? You go to a planet, you meet this new race. But there's always a problem with these new race because they've got a problem with these other race that are coming, visiting and taking their stuff.
That's the show. But that's the show. But you can do that in a number of different ways. This is literally the town, whether it's in, out in the middle of nowhere and they're fighting sort of like people who have stolen equipment from the Empire, or somebody. Do you know what I mean? It's the kind of same thing. It's like, are we just going to see that over and over again?
Yes.
But the most iconic thing out of this is the fact that they've now introduced General Thrawn.
Well, yeah, they keep bringing him up. Keep bringing him up. And it looks like he's finally going to appear in the flesh at some point. But I think they're going to say that for Ahsoka. I think they said that that's Ahsoka's thing, that she wants to find him. So I guess that urgency to a degree, but.
So that's the thing, right? They've now opened up the Mandalorian to the larger part of the universe. Are they actually going to concentrate on that, or is it just going to be about him and Grogu, and all that stuff will happen in another show?
Yeah, another show. I think that's somebody else's business. I don't think that's going to be his.
Yeah. So I'm kind of interested now in potentially maybe checking out the Clone Wars.
Dude, it's good. You get past the first season. Yeah. It's pretty much like how the Mandalorian is. Just a little adventure. But once it gets past that first season into the second, it starts to hit, and it's just more of a consistent story that carries on, and it's good, and it gets dark as well.
Because there's 2, isn't there? There's there's a series from 2003, and then there's another series from 2008. Yeah,
but they didn't get to finish in the 2003, so they had it written and planned out, but Disney got sold. I mean, Lucas got sold to Disney, and cut that off. So they just finished that last season, 1 or 2 seasons of that. So it's consistently the same story.
But do I just go straight to 2008, or do I have to watch the 2003 one as well?
No, start from the beginning. Oh, you mean the cartoon version?
Yeah.
No, you don't need to watch the actual cartoon anime. You don't want to watch that. Start with the computer animation.
Right, okay. So basically the series that Dave Filoni wrote in 2008 is the one to start with.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, I might actually go back to that. Are you getting Disney Plus then?
I don't know. I might check out to see if it's on Blu-ray first.
Okay, it's right there. Right, it's a little slow, but £10 a month, man. Shit.
It's less than £10 a month, isn't it?
I guess you get like a free.
Isn't it like $6.99 a month or something?
It could be. I can't even remember. All this blurs.
$10.99. Look at that, Mr. Bling over there, just paying for services and doesn't know how much it is.
Not at all. I've been furloughed. Not good. But so thumbs up. I enjoyed it. It's cool seeing a
very, very good. Yep. But that was genuinely the first episode I've watched that I was excited and was happy to have watched. Like, all the others have been like a bit of a slog.
Really? Come on.
The last 2 weren't too bad.
Jeez, you're just a humbug. You're a bar humbug sort of guy, aren't you? All right, so let's get into Star Trek Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery, Unification Part 3.
Yeah, again, not a bad episode, but I just kind of feel like it's just kind of cruising in its little plateaued lane right now.
So I will say I enjoyed this episode immensely, right? But with a caveat, it was a good episode filled with a lot of dumb shit. And the biggest thing was making Tilly number one.
I was thinking they were going to do that, you know. When you were saying last week that you thought that other blonde chick was going to get it, I kept thinking, yeah, but she's not a recognizable character. They never put any focus on her, so it makes sense.
But it makes no sense. They've literally gone for like the least qualified person. Like she's only in the training program. Yeah. She's an ensign.
She not even a lieutenant. Temperament. She panics all the time. It's just disaster waiting to happen.
The dumbest thing. I actually watched, so prior to this, like during the week last week, I watched Unifications Part 1 and 2 from TNG just to see how well it flowed into this. And I'm really glad that I watched it because like it does, I thought it was going to be like a tenuous connection at best, but it actually almost does seem like a sequel episode.
You need to explain yourself. Is this the thing that they were referring to with the
so in and all that? So in the Next Generation they did a two-parter, and it's the episode where Leonard Nimoy essentially reprises his role and comes back as Spock, and essentially he goes to Romulus undercover to try and essentially kick off like work for reunification. It's the plot of the episode is completely dumb, right? Because you kind of think these people have been living apart for 2,000 years. Why would they want to reunify? It's like saying, well, you know what? America and the UK have been broken up for like how many hundred? Let's all reunify now, right? We all want that, yeah. And then the plot that they use, that the Romulans, because obviously they're devious fuckers, try to overthrow Vulcan, and the plot is just ridiculous. But like all of that kind of does tie into this, and it was just I just thought that part was just absolutely superb.
Yeah, it was that stuff was kind of cool.
Yeah,
the mum stuff. Why was the mum there? Why would she be living with Romulans and Vulcans?
So do you remember in season 2, she got sucked into the time portal back, right? So she didn't have her suit with her. Her suit like basically got lost during that moment. I think it went up through the portal before her. So when she arrived, she arrived somewhere, and I can't remember if she said something like the Romulans or the Vulcans found her, and they took her back to their home planet, and that's where she's been.
Was there more than one suit? I thought only Michael had a suit.
No, so Michael's suit, they built that suit from scratch.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So I only remember all of that because I literally watched season 2 a couple of months ago before season 3 kicked off.
Okay. So Roman took her in. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but she now has all this information, which hopefully they are going to dissect next week. And you can see the trailer for next week. They're talking about how that there is some sort of pulse that seems to have been the origin of the burn that is still there at the moment.
So it's intentional, it's man-made. Just who's responsible for it?
I'm kind of guessing. I do wonder if it's got something to do with Cronenberg and the Mirror Universe.
Ah, that could make sense. Yeah, what did they do to Michelle Yeoh? They haven't really explained that. She's got all these weird little visions, and she keeps like collapsing and shit. But
I don't know if was she actually in this episode?
Oh
no, yeah. And they've also and Book. They introduced this really cool character, and they've just turned him into like
a boyfriend. Yeah, he's just a boyfriend.
Yeah,
like just nothing. So what? He's just going to stick around because Michael. Like, what was the point of Michael getting kicked out for being a number 2? If she's not going to go off and do other shit, if she's still going to be there, then that whole thing was pointless.
Well, that's what so that's one of the points of this episode, right? She was wrestling with whether she still wanted to be there or not. Me personally thinking, well, actually, love, like all your crewmates basically came with you, so you wouldn't be alone. So for you to then to say you don't want to be there anymore would be a kick in the teeth to them.
Yeah. Book's just he's just gonna be sitting there in her quarters there, just sprawled on the bed whenever she gets bored, and
he's living the life of comfort, right? He's probably been living a smuggler's life up until now.
He's got his cat. What else does he need? that's your life to a T-Mo. You should be agreeing.
Well, that's a quarantine life.
Yeah, it was better than the last couple, I suppose, but still pretty middling. So let's see if things get exciting in the next couple.
Rightio.
Fingers crossed.
Should we get into the trailer?
Yeah, I only got one. Kind of a holdover that we missed last week. What's it called again, man?
I was going to say, I can't even remember what it's called now because I closed the tab.
Chaos Walking.
Chaos Walking.
Starring Daisy Ridley. Her first big role. She's done other little things, but her first like major movie since the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And Thomas Holland, Spider-Man himself, in little sci-fi.
Thomas or Tom?
Tom Holland. I guess his family called him Thomas. And a weird world where it appears that there are no women, and she's come down from a ship for some reason to the planet. And what makes her unique is that all the men can hear each other's thoughts on this planet. Which
they can hear each other's thoughts, or they can see each other's thoughts? Because you kind of get like this aura
like that
hovers above them.
And they do project images, but they do mainly hear voices, which she doesn't do that. So for some reason, that led to women all getting killed off on this planet. For some, I have no idea. It's weird. It's weird. It feels like a YA novel. Like
it does a bit. It does kind of seem like it's from that kind of genre.
Yeah. So,
can you imagine, like, she's the only woman on the planet, right? And all the men can like see each other's thoughts. Can you imagine that they're all standing around what they are all thinking?
I guarantee that's got to be a scene when everyone first finds her. That has to be what the fuck? I don't even want to. I am not gonna. All you women, I'm not gonna let you get a peek into the seedy, evil things that we think of in our brains. But good.
So what did you actually think of like the trailer?
You know where it really reminds me of?
Yeah.
The show that Salem loves.
The 100.
Or 100. It has that vibe to it.
It does. Yeah. It so does, actually. You're right.
Exactly that. Feels like that as a movie.
Yeah, I can't say I'm particularly excited. This really does seem like if it comes to Netflix, I'll watch it. If it doesn't, I'll never talk about it again.
I won't go out of my way to go to the cinema to see it, but I like Daisy Ridley. I like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And I like Mads Mickelson, who's in this as well, playing the evil guy, which he does pretty much in everything he's in. He's still holding out hope to do another Hannibal series. Come on, make it happen, dude. Great show. Mo, you gotta watch that one day.
I have it on my list of many things to watch.
Make sure you get it downloaded. It has to be done. Netflix or Amazon when it pops up. Yeah. So the news. Let's do it.
Right. So I saw this over the weekend, which I was kind of expecting actually, but I was hoping wouldn't happen. But Joss Whedon exits the HBO series The Never, and apparently explains why in a statement.
I didn't write it down. I don't want to bother read that. Basically, he says that he's been overworked and he's burnt out.
Oh, yes. That old one.
Yeah.
And he can't give his everything or whatever to this new show.
Especially with the quarantine. He feels like he's just got nothing left in the tank. Ray Fisher didn't stop him from coming out saying, it's because you're being investigated. Because he just can't shut his mouth.
Oh, did he come out and say that?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. This is a bit of a blow, right? Because I've actually been really looking forward to The Nevers. It's also a show that's taking ages. I think it got like greenlit to a series in 2018.
Well, it's a period piece as well as having supernatural elements to it. It's based in Victorian London, so he probably would have had to move over here to shoot it. Which
I don't know if you'd have to. I don't know if you'd have to move to London. Well, remember
he's a showrunner.
Yeah, but isn't it? It's not. It's there's a term for that, isn't it? Isn't it not cyberpunk? What is it? It's steampunk.
Yeah, but you need the buildings, you need the streets. It wouldn't be practical to build those in Canada. You just use ones that exist.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have. I'll have a look into that. I don't know whether they would have filmed that here. But do you kind of now feel that this show will just be a shadow of itself?
No, it's all. I presume by this point it's already written, so I don't think the scripts are gonna suddenly disappear.
Yeah.
So it's just a point of just getting point and shoot guys. As long as Whedon really, as a director, did he really have his fingerprints?
He did. Like, if you go back and watch Buffy and stuff, like all the really sort of like memorable episodes, a lot of them are either written by him or they're directed by him. Yeah, but normally he directs the ones he writes.
Yeah. So it's mainly the writing that the charm of what he did has. So
the Whedonism.
Because he didn't Yeah, he didn't direct every episode of Buffy. He didn't direct every episode of Firefly, and they were still great all the way through. So
yeah, but he had like he's overarching, like he was the architect.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I think Tim Manners or whatever the name is, he's also involved. Who was also like quite prolific on Buffy and Angel as well.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, I guess I was expecting it, but didn't see it coming.
Yeah, when hell is there's still no date for this, is there?
I believe it's summer next year.
Oh, so they must be. They had to start shooting by now. Then, if they got...
Yeah, they would absolutely would. Well, even that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they've already finished and they're in post or whatever. For all we know, because I know was it last summer there was a whole bunch of like casting announcements.
Oh, all right, the Nevers HBO series should be coming soon. I'm gonna look out for it. Yeah, I'm not that worried.
Right, so Godzilla versus Kong may be coming to HBO Max after Netflix makes a $200 billion bid.
They turned down $200 million. So how much did they spend on this?
It kind of makes sense, right? Because if you think about it, if you need things that are going to drive people to your service to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to get those eyeballs in because they are lagging behind Disney. Disney, when it launched, it just shot up ridiculously. And how do you get people in? Bring them content that they can't see anywhere else.
Yeah, but why would they turn down Netflix $200 million? That's a good offer. Surely they couldn't have spent that much more than that.
But if you can attract 10 million new customers to your service, we're not talking about like a small rent company here. We're talking about Warner Brothers.
This ain't gonna do that.
No. Well, the first thing they need to do is bloody open the damn thing up so other people in other countries can watch it. Or subscribe to the service.
The last Godzilla movie, I don't think did that great. The one with the chick from Stranger Things, which I always forget that there was a sequel to the Godzilla movies. Didn't even do that great. People
don't think I've seen any of them.
First one
I have no desire whatsoever.
First one was all right. No, it's actually pretty fun. It's worth checking out. And the Kong Skull Island, that was good. That's worth checking out. But yeah, it's a curiosity. But what? It's just gonna be big things beating up big things, just knocking over buildings, like
exactly. But I don't know. But the whole point of this is to get people into your service. Just get them to come in for the Kong, but to stay for the Friends.
Yeah, but you're not getting that. I'm sure they would have wanted that 200 mil would be more useful than.
I say stay for the Friends, but that's the wrong service. That's Peacock. I have no idea. They stay for the other HBO stuff.
Yeah, whatever they are. Sopranos. Yeah.
Nevers next year.
So what you reckon then over here be like Amazon or somewhere will get it?
Well, I don't think they've actually made the announcement though, have they yet? It's like rumored as that's what will happen. Obviously, the alternative is it holds for its cinema release whenever that is.
Possible, because you might as well jump into this. It was a part of our mini news. The Croods 2 is on track to beat Tenet. This is a little animated movie about cavemen, like a little family of cavemen.
Yeah.
It's on track to beat Tenet. That's blowing my mind.
So where's this opened?
In the States. This is just domestically in the States.
Right.
It's gonna beat the domestic box office for that. That's crazy to me. Because it's not like the first one, it had a bit of charm to it. I did go see it, it's on, but it's nothing memorable. It's not that great. So I didn't even hear any chatter that anyone even cared about the sequel. But
I have no idea what the Croods is.
Literally cavemen. CGI.
It's a kid's film, right?
DreamWorks. Yeah, DreamWorks. I think it's DreamWorks. And people love it, apparently.
Well, kids love films. People like taking their kids to films.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely
sure. They're actually taking their kids to films. That should make Warner Brothers be like, hold up. Maybe we should hold back on the whole Wonder Woman at the same time on Disney Plus, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman thing is just bizarre, right? And I wonder, you're seeing things now about maybe the film is not that good, and that's why it's going straight to HBO. But
guess we'll find out in a few weeks.
Yeah,
not long. Predator reboot in the works.
They say reboot. It wasn't there one just recently.
Yeah, it was just terrible. That was a Shane Black one as well. Actually, was there one after that? I can't remember. There's so many.
Does the series actually need a reboot, right? Because isn't it just the same story over and over again?
But they fucked it up so much, man. You need a clean slate.
But does that actually change anything? Because I'm assuming like each film is like new characters and actors, right?
Yeah, but Dan Trachtenberg, let's call him Dan. Dan, the guy who did 13 Cloverfield Lane.
Right.
Great film. So that makes me feel optimistic that this could be something interesting and original.
I've never really got into Predator. I watched the original like a couple of months ago, and to me, it just does not seem like a good film.
It's something of its time, man, of the 80s and early 90s when it was all about steroid injected superheroes.
But you can watch Commando, and it's still a good film today.
Not to everybody. Some people will just be like, this is dumb shit. This guy that's walking around oiled up every minute. Like, it's some people can't get into this sort of stuff. But yeah, I love the original Predator. It has a special place in my heart.
Have you not seen like 5 bad Predator films that's still getting you excited to see another one?
The Predator alien has such potential. It's a cool alien. With the whole fucking, it's fucking cool.
The film is essentially tracking humans and humans trying to survive, right? And it's the same plot over and over again. Like,
what's wrong with that?
Has there ever been any of the films where the Predator has just won in the end?
Yeah, Aliens versus Predator. Wait, teams up with the human to fight the aliens.
Teams up with the human.
Yeah, one of them takes a liking to one of the human. The female shit. And they have to survive.
How bad was that film?
It was fun. They're bad, but they're fun at the same time. It's worth dipping in.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
But good director. And a little caveat to this story. Do you know Steven Seagal was desperate to be the star in Predator 2?
How old is Steven Seagal? Oh no, he was Predator 2, not for this film.
Oh,
right.
This is when he was still skinny.
Oh right, that would have been in his heyday, right?
Yeah, when he was still skinny before he got fat and lost his hair.
Well, I mean, against my better judgment, after you told me to watch Predators 2, I tried to watch it, and I can't imagine he would have made the film any worse than it already is.
Instead of Danny Glover, it could have been interesting. I would have been curious to see what direction he would have taken it in.
It'd have been a martial arts film, right? All revolving around him. Instead of using guns, he would have like got the thing in the headlock, smacked
he would have.
Yeah,
wouldn't even kick. Just all the punches that he does.
Yeah.
So, given that you're new to the Predator lore, did you even know that freaking Jean-Claude Van Damme was the Predator at one point?
When you say he was the Predator, what, the Arnold Schwarzenegger girl, or he was the Predator?
No, he was the Predator, and he was on set. There are photos of him on set with a costume, overheating, and he quit, or they fired him. One of the two, either he quit or they fired him.
Was that before his breakout into the mainstream?
This was right before he became a name in his own right, because of course he would have been covered in the suit. So,
yeah. Because there is a clip of somewhere of him on YouTube. Is it like in breaking or breakdance or whatever? In
the background.
Where he's like in the background and he's doing like all the mad flips and stuff.
Terrible.
Like literally, you know, like how on a sitcom sometimes you see like a character is like up for a movie role, but they've only got like the smallest of small roles, and they try and ham it up to like draw attention to themselves. That's exactly what that clip's like.
Yeah, terrible. So that would have been crazy. A smaller, sleeker.
I did not know that.
More agile alien could have been. So should we get into the mini news, or do you want to get into does it hold up?
Should we do a does it hold up before we get to the mini news?
Okay, let's do it. So as we did last week, had a little discussion, and we thought we want to get some Christmas themed movies in terms of does it hold up. So this week we did Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis
and Samuel L. Jackson.
Indeedy. By another Shane Black script, I believe.
Shane Black script, yep.
So Mo, does it hold up?
Do you want my star rating? Do you want my redhead? How many redheads I would give this?
Go on.
I would give this. Well, no. Should we talk about the film before I give the rating?
Okay. Does it hold up?
Does it hold up? I had no doubt that it would hold up. I enjoyed this film immensely. It's one of those films I think I've only seen like a handful of times over the years, but every time I watch it, I am absolutely amazed at just how enjoyable it is. And every time I see Samuel L. Jackson, I'm amazed at how slim and young he was.
Yeah. Still the same, though. Still
the
same character that he does in every bloody film.
He'd already patented that character. This would have been post, like, his big breakout after Pulp Fiction. Gina Davis, definitely better as a redhead than she is a blonde. Plays the femme fatale really, really well, right? She plays like that confused kind of teacher looking for the truth.
Yeah, she's a teacher, sort of housewife type.
And then how she plays that role really well, and then she has to do that flip into like this cold, brutal killer type person,
killer assassin. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but did it hold up for me? I don't think it fully held up for me. Like, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not looking back saying it's a bad movie. What was wrong with me? Like, I still enjoyed it, but I don't know. It just didn't. It wasn't exciting. I think I've been exposed. I think when I first watched this, I was only casually watching Hong Kong films and a few action stuff. I think since this, I've been spoiled by so much superior move in terms of action that this kind of just seems a little dull.
No. It's not really
in terms of the story. It's like it's
not really an action film. I mean, there are action moments in it. It's almost like the buddy. I'm gonna say buddy cop comedy and road adventure type film that culminates in a load of adventure. I gotta say, I think it holds up incredibly well, and I would give this 4 redheads out of 5.
I'll give it 3.5. It doesn't.
3.5 is a really high rating compared to what you've just said.
Bad. Like, I didn't say it was bad. I said it's still a fun,
and it's
good movie.
Also relentless as well. It just never kind of once it gets going, it just never stops. All the way up until like when Sam Jackson like wakes up in the car, like puts his foot on the gas, he goes, "You can't kill me."
He does have that going for it. Like, that's the pattern Shane Black. That, you know what? Should we stick with Shane Black a little bit? So I'm curious to check out Last Boy Scout.
Oh, I love that film. I thought we were doing like Christmas films, but I'll override that and do Last Boy Scout next.
I thought all of his films take place at Christmas. That's the thing with Shane Black. Every film.
I don't think they do. I don't think Last Boy Scout takes place at Christmas.
Maybe that was so early in his career, he didn't have the.
Because if you look at all it's surprising. Like he's got that under his belt. He's got like Lethal Weapon under his belt.
He had a run. He had
an incredible run. And it's such a shame that I've got a feeling the powers that be must have butchered his Iron Man 3 script. Or I can't believe that the guy is that much of a shadow of himself that he was, because even Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was quite recent.
Last Boy Scout does take place over Christmas.
Does it?
Yeah. It's because they're in I think LA or somewhere. You don't really get the sense of it, but it is Christmas. He got it into everything. Lethal Weapon, Last Boy Scout, Long Kiss Goodnight, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, Nice Guy. Like, it's ridiculous.
So they're all set at Christmas.
They all take place over Christmas.
Has he had like some traumatic event in his life as a child? Now that like basically Christmas is always like this thing that revolves around danger.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah. One thing I've got to ask you about this film. In the beginning where the guy comes into a house and he's shooting up the house and he shoots a massive hole in the wall.
The one that should have hit the girl.
The one that should have hit the girl. But the more amazing thing is when she grabs the girl and like swings her out. What are the chances of you actually being able to make that throw?
Or breaking that kid's neck and she just hits the wall or something in a treehouse. That was nuts. That was crazy.
And then imagine being the husband walking in and seeing like your school teacher wife, right, who's probably never done anything aggressive in her whole life suddenly just like go there,
breaking a guy's neck.
Yeah. Great film. Great film.
What was that little girl made out of? Because even when she was hiding in the truck at the end, in the little toolbox bit, and the truck tips over and rolls back, and the kid just climbs out fine.
Yeah, but that's because she's at the top, right? But I think that what you've just described there is one of the few weak points of the film, because there are certain points where shit just happens to make the plot go forward.
Crazy.
Because what? It's like of all the places that the kid could run and hide, she runs and hides in the toolbox of a truck that's being rigged to explode.
Yeah. Oh, why would she do that? That's so mad. No, it was still a fun film. It's still one that, even if you've never seen it, it's kind of worth watching over Christmas, because it is a Christmas movie.
Are we essentially going to watch like a different Shane Black movie every week now until we've been through his whole catalogue?
Well, it's up to you. What? Unless you got a better Christmas movie. What, you want to do like a Home Alone or something?
Well, wasn't the theme of weren't we looking at Christmas films that aren't Christmas films? So like Shane Black's ones do fill that that category very well.
Yeah.
I guess the only other big one I can think of is like Die Hard,
which is a shame. No, he didn't write that one, did he?
He didn't write that one, no.
No, I didn't. Ooh, I could do with some Die Hard though. Let's do Die Hard.
Should we do Die Hard next? We can always come back to Last Boy Scout after.
True. Yeah. So you going for number one?
Should go for Die Hard number one, yes.
We'll do a double.
What, number two?
They're both Christmas movies.
See, number two is nowhere near as good as number one. And plus, hold on, you don't want to burden yourself with too many things to watch in like your busy week.
Very true. All right, this one.
Yeah.
Next week, Die Hard. Does it hold up? We shall see. Mini news.
Right, let's see what we've got here. So, Mickelson is confirmed as replacing Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny, it's over. No more blockbusters.
Huh?
Done. He's just gonna be that guy who does a couple of little indie movies once or twice a year. That's his career now.
Do you reckon? Because I'm going to assume he's going to need a lot of money for all his court cases that are coming up.
He ain't got no choice. He's never gonna. No one's gonna hire him to be the star of a big blockbuster movie anymore.
Do you not think the court case will happen? He'll go away for a couple of years. He'll come back. What's that? His
appeal's been thrown out by.
Oh yes, they're saying that he can't appeal. Yes. Yeah,
so it's stuck. It's late. It's tarred and feathered.
Done and dusted.
That's it. So career down the drain. That's
over.
Sad.
You know what? There was something I was thinking about, and it wasn't quite this. I don't know what I was watching, but it's kind of like if you're like one of these like rich Hollywood actors, right? Actors or actresses. I'm not just aiming to set men. Why bother getting married?
I know.
Why actually get married?
See, Mo, you and I understand this, but people still don't. Like, love is like a disease. It's like COVID. It's like this thing that you catch and you have to fight to get over it.
I'm not saying like don't live together, don't move in, like have a relationship, but like marriage seems to be this institute that isn't really geared towards that kind of lifestyle.
It's just a fool's errand, especially if you're the one with the money. It's like, no.
Yeah, but I mean, in this, like, they both had money, right? It's not like she was poor. She's an actress. She's been in some big films.
But she's a vulture. She took a shit ton of money from him. She didn't just divorce and just keep what she had. She took a shit ton of money from him. And she probably gets alimony as well.
Yeah, and it's not like this is a new phenomenon, right? It's like people keep you keep seeing that, and you kind of think, why? Why are these people getting married?
Because they're dumb. They fall in love.
And they don't just do it once. They keep doing it, some of them.
But Depp's first wife, Vanessa Paradis. Yeah. She's cool, but she's European, so different sort of, they ain't really the money grabbing thing. So she didn't pay nothing from him. And his daughter's an up-and-coming actress now. Very good.
Oh, yeah, she was in that movie with Kevin Smith.
Well, I was thinking more that she was in a...
Yoga hoses.
Thinking more that she was in The King, which she was way better. She was that queen there. And she's been in a bunch of stuff now. So she's actually really good.
Oh, maybe Depp will make some films with Kevin Smith now.
God,
maybe he'll put him in like Clerks 3 or Mallrats 2.
He might have to. I think he'd be with. They're actually good friends because they're daughters are buddies. So but she'll take care of him. Have you watched Yoga Hoses yet?
I haven't. I have not. I keep thinking, you know what? I should watch it just to see how bad it is. Have you seen it?
I gave it a bit of 2 seconds ago. I can't do it.
The actual premise doesn't sound actually like it could be fun, but because it's got such a bad reputation.
As soon as I saw little wieners that were alive with faces on them, I thought, I'm done. I can't.
It's supposed to be like miniature, like Nazi folks, right? If I remember correctly.
I can't remember. I'm just done. I can't do it. I'll leave Kevin Smith to you, Mo. Your cinema idol.
Is it lastly on our list then of mini news? I saw this one come today. The UK government calls on Netflix to put a fictional disclaimer on The Crown.
Why?
I guess they don't want people to think that that's actually real, which is just so funny in itself, because if you think about all the crap that the government try to spin as real,
exactly,
and trying to get away with it, but I haven't seen any of the Crown yet. But I was reading today, like in some Reddit comments, that they have touched upon like the Andrew stuff, and they think like if they carry on, next season might have a lot about it.
Oh, do you reckon they're gonna touch on that?
They'd have to, right?
I don't think that's the. I don't think the side, like the princes, they're like the side characters. I don't think they really give them much shine. It all seems to all to be about the crown, but literally like,
but it's kind of like that could be like a massive scandal.
Yeah, but
which is all being like brushed under the carpet at the moment.
But nothing's happening though. Like nothing's literally happening
with
it.
But it's all fictionalized, right?
But they haven't. Well, I haven't watched it all, but as far as I know, they're still sticking to the benchmark of events. So I don't know.
Do you know what? We should do a thing where we can say, right, we're going to watch season 1.
Do you want?
Should we do it? Maybe not quite yet, but like.
Well, we've got a lot of shows of the year to fill in before the end of the year, but I guess.
But you're not gonna get to like watch all 4 seasons of The Crown to include it in this year.
No. But that's what I'm saying. We need other shows to watch first.
Or maybe like for next week we say the first episode, so we can kind of give like an assessment on whether we would continue.
I can do that.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna watch the first episode of The Crown each.
See what the fuss is about.
Yeah. And maybe more, because if you've enjoyed it, you'll be like, I've watched the whole season. I've watched like all 4 of them. I haven't been to sleep since the last podcast.
It could happen. You never know. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, that's it for the news. I've got a gaming thing for you if you're interested.
Give me.
So, you know that scalpers have been going up and just buying PlayStations and Xboxes?
Yep.
So have you heard, apparently, they are getting quite nervous because they're finding it difficult to shift all of these.
Yeah.
So there was a story over the weekend where some of these groups had been reaching out to YouTubers to say, can you please I would pay to put an advert like on your stream.
What the These people idiot. What do you expect? You try and sell something from, was it 400-500 quid?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
To like 2,000.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people? What do you expect?
And their problem is the longer they sit on that stock, the more difficult it becomes to sell, right? Because Sony can get like more stock into the chain,
which won't be long.
Yeah, but you know what? I have no sympathy for these folks because they literally are like trying to rip people off.
Yeah, you see them like photos of warehouses just full of these PS5. Like, how the fuck did they buy those? Like, where did they have to buy them to get that?
I've been thinking the exact same thing. So I've actually been looking into this a little bit. So there are apparently organizations. You can sign up to these like organizations that basically run bots. Yeah. It's almost like professional gangs online that essentially have tools that can go off and automate the process of buying all of these things. Wow. And you can join those gangs and they will supply you with like hardware. I don't know if you're then having to pay them a percentage or whatever, but it's just
yeah. But they would have been fine if they were just charging, even if they just upped it to like 600 quid. They would have got away with it. They would have. I think plenty of people would have been willing to pay that for Christmas. But the grand, $2,000.
Yeah. Dumb. But this is it though, right? If you don't buy, we can stamp this out. But like, it's just so it's kind of like that thing you would wish eBay would like help to stamp this out, but they're never going to do that, right? Because they make a percentage from everything. Yeah, that something really needs to be done at a retail level.
What's going to happen then in about a month or so when Sony re-ups on all of this?
I would never buy like a brand new console like from an eBay person. What happens like if it's faulty? What happens if it goes wrong?
You're fucked.
Like first generation stuff as well, right?
Yeah, eBay's got a pretty good money back policy for that sort of stuff.
Imagine 4 months from now something happens that eBay he ain't gonna give you your money back.
Yeah,
that'd be like you selling something and then 4 months later someone saying like, this is gone, it's not working anymore, I want my money back.
But yeah, they're gonna be forced to drop that stuff back to regular retail price very soon.
It'll be like it'll be like people taking all that toilet paper they bought back to like
I know, fucking dumb asses. Scalpers for toilet paper, fucking idiots. Oh shit. So when are you gonna jump into all this?
Into what?
Have you heard about the Capcom leak that happened like a little while ago?
What's the Capcom leak?
Oh, you didn't hear about it? Capcom got hacked. No, it was ransomware.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and they decided, fuck that, we're not paying for it, whatever. And I
think it's like, it's for a company, you really shouldn't have to pay, right? Because essentially you would hope your backups are good enough that you can essentially lose that data and restore from a backup.
Yeah, but what came out is a schedule for everything they're going to do for the next 3 years.
With Street Fighter 6 on there.
Yeah, 2022.
2022.
What people are complaining about, Street Fighter fans in particular, is that it's planned in the schedule that Street Fighter 6, Super Street Fighter 6, Super Street Fighter 6 anniversary, like it's all.
Yeah, no, of course they planned that out.
Planned out. Within the same, I think 2 of them within the same year. It's like, you greedy bastards, can't you just give us a finished game?
No, but they do that. But they did that with Street. They've always done that. That's just how they do it. I mean, even Street Fighter 5, all the updates were free. You only had to pay for the characters. So you got like the next version of the game like for free of charge.
Yeah, but people don't like it, man.
No, because what they do is, if they give you all of that on day one, 12 months from now, you're bored of playing the game.
Yeah, I'm good with that. You want to.
For 12 months, exactly. You keep adding stuff to it. So people keep playing the game. They keep buying costumes. Costumes is where they fucking make the money.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's not like they're just selling one game and then you've got the DLC that you whatever couple of months. It's the fact that there is a physical game within another one within that same year with more stuff.
Do they actually said that? Because Street Fighter 5, that's how Street Fighter 4 worked.
There's at least 3 of them on that schedule.
Yeah, but like with Street Fighter 5, every time they did the update, it was just a free downloadable update for the game, right? Now, you used to have people who used to say, why don't they do that? And when they moved to that model, people were like, oh, but I don't want to pay for the characters. Why can't I just pay a one-off $20 and buy a new game with everything in it? So you can never like satisfy everyone.
Yeah. It must be annoying that everyone knows what they're going to be doing up until I think 2024 or 23 that it went up to. So
damn old ransomware.
Must be nice for you though. You know exactly when the new Street Fighter's coming out.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years to wait.
2 years. Oh, we still got like a whole year's worth of like a Street Fighter 5 roadmap that they did it like this. You're gonna have a new character now, and then I think the 4th character will come out like sort of like October next year or November next year.
Well, they did this apparently just to push Street Fighter 6. They wanted to do it.
So a whole new season. So we will still get new content for like the next 12 months.
So you got Dan to look forward to.
Dan, and apparently a whole bunch of new battle mechanics.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna stick with the cartoony style?
I would hope so. I do not want realistic looking graphics.
They almost did it, didn't they, with number 5?
Yeah, and internally they reckoned it looked quite poor. Yeah,
the concept stuff looks cool though. Gotta say.
I do not like. I like the cartoony thing, right? Because like when things look too real, they lose certain amount of charm.
They really have to pull their finger out though with this next one. Like they can't cut corners this time. Not just with the mechanics, but everything, story, everything. Because like to get to the point that you're getting your ass kicked, not just by Mortal Kombat, but by Tekken as well. It's like,
listen, as long as I can do a Dragon Punch,
it's not just about you, Mo. I'm talking about the game.
It's all about me.
The game needs to succeed. So guys, Vulture Network YouTube channel. Give us a like, subscribe, all of that. Mo, if people want to get in contact with us, how can they do so?
Right, folks, if you want to email us, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tweet us, we are Talking Movies 3. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are Talking at the Movies.
That's it. So, from me, Reese.
And me, Mo.
See you guys next week.